Take a look at Abercrombie and Fitch. This is what happens when charts get long. See how long that 2-hour got? See the hourly, how it did indeed create a pattern. The weekly is extremely poised, so we pull back on this trend. This is the loss of momentum. I was just not looking at this, and this is what happens when you don't pay attention to that. The up cycle of the 15 is over, and it is actually depicting a divergence on the hourly. The drop is majestic, and it probably made a lot of money because it happened on Thursday. Let's say that you don't go crazy and you go for, understanding the magnitude of the possible continuation, let's say that you go for the 24 puts. The entry would have been here towards the end of the day. I would say 315. Take a look at the way this thing looked. It had a beautiful divergence. And take a look at the 5 there. That was it. That was it. The turn of the 5 here is very telling. At 315. 315, 320, let's say. See, your job on this thing is to follow the 5 until a 5-minute divergence forms, giving you the technical bottom of the 15. So you first reach the bottom of the 5 here at 10:10. This is the same exercise that we did on Qs. So the drop is of such magnitude that you let the 5-minute pull back and you have absolute certainty of the continuation and the establishment of a new bottom, creating a 5-minute divergence that gives you the technical bottom of the 15. This is the moment where you want to get out because the price is going to, it's finally finding its bottoms. The 15 is going to pull back against the hourly to build a pattern. Could there be a continuation? Yes, but at this particular point, the up pressure is of such magnitude that it warrants an exit because the price is going to take a break and you're going to start bouncing back up. You start giving the money back. This happens at 12:20. That's the positive divergence on the 5, giving you the technical bottom of the 15. And you don't need to be perfect about this. Once you have suspicion of this thing going on, you're done. So it's 12:20. You could go lower, but you don't need to. At this point, the 15 already turned. You don't need to. This is good enough at 12:20. So let's recap. Entry at around 315. Technical bottoming of the 5. Totally understood at 10:15. Understanding of the pullback to create a continuation for a technical positive divergence to create the technical bottoming of the 15 at 12:20. That's it. Entry at 315 on the 25th. 315, 320. The 5-minute rolling over is the absolute entry, 79 cents. By 10:10, the 5-minute technically bottoms, you are at 165%. You take them from 79 to 210. And then, by 12:20, the 5-minute creates a positive divergence. It successfully technically bottoms the 15. 343% return right here. Then there's a tiny little pullback fueled by the bottoming of the 15 and the upside divergence of the 5. At this point, all the time, the hourly is incredibly poised. Okay. Now, the new bottoming over here, which creates a double positive divergence on the 15, on a 15 that already, on the 5, and then the 15 is already on its trek to the upside. Take a look at how it pulls long because it's fighting trend. This new bottom gives you this 368. You were at 343. No need to add this unnecessary risk. This is a cinch. And that is a cinch because the momentum of the drop gives you the absolute certainty of the eclipsing of the previously established bottoms to create a positive divergence that will give you absolutely the technical bottoming of the 15 from which you establish a reference point from which you are going to start building a pattern to undermine the 60. This is the price finding its bottoms. Continuing more is unnecessary. It's not needed. And you don't need to be perfect. Once you see this continuation and pattern on the 5, you're done. You're done. The momentum of the drop gives you the absolute certainty of this retest, which gives you the bottom of the 15 and the positive divergence on the 5. Now take a look at this. This drop here created a technical divergence, positive divergence on the weekly. Now, granted, there's a lot of momentum to the downside. So the possibility of a continuation is really high at this point. But this is now a pullback that takes longer because now it's going to even bring about the hourly. You don't want to stay for that noise. I do want to show you, however, how this thing, the quarterly is short on the drop. I don't know if we have a yearly chart with these guys. No, we don't. But they're definitely trending down. These are pullbacks on trend, see? Have we reached the new lows? No. It's possible that this thing continues. That weekly has velocity. Now, the price finds its bottoms here, and then take a look at the technical positive divergence on the daily. So that definitely adds breaking to the price. So there's another one. Let's not overstudy it, but you do need to understand this dynamic. And these continuation moves are just absolutely stunning